guys, welcome back to my welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to do a fun smoky eye, like I'll call it my sunset eyes. I will be using the Jaclyn Hill palette volume 2. There's a great yellow in here, a lot of great oranges and purples and pinks, and I was very inspired, especially by these, and I love this yellow here. It's just perfect, and it goes on the eyes so nice. I was playing around with makeup a few days ago and came up with this look, and I really liked it, so I decided let's film a video on it. I was filming what I thought I was filming when I put on my eyebrows and primed my lids, but I guess I wasn't filming, and what the heck did I just get all over me? I wasn't filming, I guess. So we're gonna wipe whatever that is off, and then we will get started. And the rest I am just going to do a voiceover for, just because if I do a talk through, we'll be here for 45 minutes, and I'll come back at the end when the video's done. So hope you enjoy. Okay, now I am going in with a fluffy-ish brush and just putting some powder on my eyelids. This is just to set the concealer that we put down. I realized I didn't really like the powder I was using, so I'm switching over to the e.l.f. Perfect Finish HD powder, and this is in the shade Clear, so it's the translucent one. I've got this a couple days ago, and I have been really liking it. I am just putting that ever so slightly on my eyelid just to set the concealer. Next, now I'm figuring out which brush to use because I wasn't sure. And now we're going into the shade Positivity, and this is off of the Jaclyn Hill Jaclyn Hill palette volume 2. All of the eyeshadow shades we are using will be from this palette. Now we are just taking that shade and we are putting it very generously on our crease. We're going back and forth, and then even bringing a little bit of that crease shade down onto the lid. Typically, I wouldn't pick a color this bright for a transition shade, but we are going in with bright colors, so this would be a nice way to blend everything together. I was so mad. I had the perfect eye, and then I decided to ruin it by trying to put a glitter liner in my crease, so I had to wipe it all off. Now this is take 2. I already have concealer on, the powder, and now I'm just going to go in with that Positivity on a fluffy brush so I can get this ball moving again. All right, we're just going back and forth, just packing that pigment onto the lid. The first shade we are going in with is the shade No Joke, this beautiful yellow shade. We are taking a flat brush and putting this on the inner corner and also about a third of the way onto the lid. I will be using the same brush for all of these colors just because I feel like that helps me to blend them even better. And the orange shade we're going in with is the shade My Man. And I'm just packing that on in the middle and then very softly swiping over the yellow to try and get it to where it was yellow into orange and then into pinks. So now I'm going in with a little bit more yellow and just, it's a back and forth process, especially if you want your colors to blend very seamlessly. We're going to go in with the shade Heart On, and this is in the Jaclyn Hill palette. It's a red. As soon as I put it on, I realized I didn't really like it because it looked too much like fire, and I wasn't going for that look. I was going for more of a pinky sunset look. So you'll see in a little bit, I am going to go in with another color to try and fix that. I'm going in with the shade Therapy Sesh, and this is on a large crease brush. I'm just packing over that red just to try and mute out the red and make it look more pinky. And then I am taking another fluffy brush with a little bit of Therapy Sesh and Positivity. Sorry, could not get my words out. And I am just blending that into the crease. And again, packing on some more of the yellow and some more of the orange, just to make sure we're keeping the lid as vibrant as possible. I think if I use the P. Louise makeup base, I wouldn't have to keep going back in. However, I don't own it, and that stuff's expensive. So concealer it is for me. And again, I'm just taking that crease brush and just blending my little life away. Now we're going in with a liquid liner. It's one of those felt tip liners. It's from Wander Beauty. I have to say, I'm not really a fan of this liner. While it was very matte, it was very dry to apply, and I feel like it skipped a lot. But here's like my foolproof way to do a wing. From my lower lash line, I kind of draw up towards my brow, and then I connect it to my upper lash line, and then I just color it in like it's a coloring book. But yeah, this Wander Beauty liquid liner came in one of my Ipsys, and it's just awful. It keeps drying out. I'm not a fan of it. I'm actually glad that I didn't pay money for it. And now I'm just trying to make sure my liner looks the way I want, and just going over the parts that were skipped. And then now we will be going in with some mascara, and I believe the mascara I am using is by Essence. It's called Lash Princess False Lash Effect. This is the best mascara out there, and it's only like $4 or $5 at CVS. Well, that's where I found it. I'm sure it's sold at other places. And I'm just putting a very generous coat onto my top lashes. Right. And soon you will magically see the other eye done. Ta-da! Now we're going in with the face. We're going in with the Benefit Professional Hydrating Primer. I love this primer because not only does it help fill in my pores, but it leaves a nice hydration onto my face. I'm going in with a brand new foundation today. This is a foundation that was in the Ipsy. It's called Honey Jarrett, and it's in the shade number 2 Peach Ivory. Now, I can't say enough great things about this. I love it. It is extremely full coverage, so if you are trying to get a light coverage or a natural look, this is not the way to go. This covered absolutely everything. This is I almost feel like I don't even need concealer. But right now, I am just tapping this on. You'll see I'm not rubbing, I'm not swiping anything. I'm literally just tapping it on. I want to get as most coverage as possible. It is I would say it's a hair too light for my skin tone, but ooh, I hate when there's foundation on my lips, but I can make it work with bronzer and stuff. It's not too light. But right now, as I'm looking like a ghost, I am now just going to pat some onto my forehead and in between the brows. You know where to apply your foundation at. But I really like this. It does have I wouldn't say a strange smell. It's like a lemony smell. I don't know what it is. It is, but it's familiar. Like, I know I've smelled something like that before. I just can't figure out what it is. So I'm also blending the foundation down my neck as well, just so everything can match and have like a nice seamless match. Nobody wants that line of demarcation there. Okay, and just touching up underneath the eye, and and just underneath that other eye as well. I really don't think I need concealer. I mean, I'm going to wear concealer because your girl has really bad dark circles. So I'll take all the coverage that I can get. All right. Now, I always go in after I do my foundation, if I get it on my lips, with a makeup wipe just to wipe the foundation off my lips because I hate that crusty look with the foundation all over the lips. So now I am again just patting around the lip anywhere where I may have accidentally wiped off. All right. Perfect. All right, next we are just, well, you just caught the tail end of me just touching up my crease shade. Now I'm going in with the LA Girl. Yeah, this is the LA Girl Pro Conceal HD High Definition Concealer, and I am in the shade Vanilla. I am just, bringing that down a little bit, but putting the majority of the product right on the inner corner. That's typically where my dark circles are their darkest and deepest. And I am just going to blend that out using a foundation brush. And I'm also screaming, arguing with Alexa because she couldn't hear me. But that's like every day in my house. Alexa likes to play me. I need to get out more. So I'm just going to blend this underneath the eye. And the combination between the Honey Jarrett foundation and this LA Girl concealer is beautiful. I really like how they look together. And, I don't see any, separating. It doesn't look dry. Everything looks very dewy and even. And that's why I love this foundation concealer combo. So now I am going in with another product that I got in my Ipsy. Ooh, sorry, I had a brain fart for a second there. This is by the brand, I believe it's Yensa. It is a superfood cosmetic Sunlit Glow Silk Bronzing Base. So I'm just using that with the brush that it came with, just to contour with. I'm, starting out to hollow out my cheekbones, putting a little bit on my temples, and just trying to get that pigment on there. It's such a unique color, and I say that because it's not warm and it's not cool, and it also isn't giving that ashy look. It is exactly what it says. It's a sunlit glow. So I'm just carving out trying to carve out my jaw a little bit. I apply a little bit of that underneath my bottom lip. By putting a little bit of contour underneath the bottom lip, it'll make your lips look and appear to be more pouty. So now I'm doing the same thing on the other side, just tapping the product on it first and then using a swirling motion. I am just bringing that up and not only just contouring, but doing a light bronzing as well. I will go in with a powder bronzer, but for now, it's just this one. I'm also contouring my nose. That's not only to change the shape of it, but it is also just to bring some of that sun-kissed color into the center of my face as well. All right, now we are going to go in with a setting powder for underneath the eyes. And again, we are using the e.l.f. HD powder. We didn't go in with powder until now because we were using cream products. And if you see me looking terrified and looking around, it's because my lights were flickering and there's a ghost in my house. But yeah, anywho. Going to just pat this HD powder on underneath my eyes, and this will just set the concealer so we don't have any creasing. I'm also applying that to my chin and in between my eyebrows on my forehead. I applied this to my T-zone only because I don't want to take away too much dewiness on my face, and my T-zone is typically where my makeup and foundation will break up throughout the day. Next, we're going in with a bronzer, and this is also from Ipsy. It is by the brand Pacifica. It's the Desert Sunset Matte Blush and Bronzer. We are just using the bronzer in this shade. And I am just, again, a little bit on the nose. And then I'm also going over the cream just to add a little bit more color and make it a little bit more intense. Sorry, I guess I was hearing things there too. I don't know. So I am also bringing that bronzer onto my forehead. Just so you know, we want to make the 5-head a forehead, right? All right, and I'm just, whatever's left on my brush, I'm just putting all over my face just to bring some color. Now I am using the Wet n Wild, I believe it's their highlight. I think it's Precious Petals, something along the lines of that. I just felt like it looked really nice with this look. I'm putting it on the high points of my cheeks, or right on my cheekbones, on my nose, and on my Cupid's bow. This isn't the right brush for it, but this is just the brush that I grabbed, and it's doing its job. Just wanted to look very, very glowy and pretty. All right, so after we apply the highlighter, now we are going to go in with another product that is from an Ipsy box. It is by The Balm. It's Girl Powder Cheeks on the Go. And what I'm doing is I mixed the shade Houston and the shade Bourbon together. Those shades are they're equally beautiful on their own. However, I really like the color that I get when I mix the both of them. I'm putting it on the apples of my cheeks and also blending it in with my bronzer. Then I will take this fluffy brush and just blend everything together. Now we're doing the lower lash line. I want the colors of the lower lash line to mimic what I put on my lid. So the first color we are putting down is that yellow shade. And then we will go in next with that orange shade, and that will go right in the middle. Okay, and then the next shade that we will be using is that purple shade, and we're going to put that on the very outer section of our lower lash line. Kind of just pack that on, and then I do go in with a little bit of the crease shade Positivity to kind of blend them all together and make it look seamless. So that's what I'm doing now, while also seeing if there's a ghost in my house. Sorry. It's that time of year. The ghosts are out. They're ready. So now I'm just blending all those colors together on my lower lash line. And next I will go in with my favorite mascara, which of course is the Lash Princess by Essence. That is the best mascara of life, and nobody can tell me differently. I'm just going to put a very light coat on my lower lash line. I have pretty long lashes there to begin with, so I never find that I need to apply a lot of mascara. All right, we are just about done here. Now I'm just trying to figure out what to do on the lips. And I am going to go in with the Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink Liquid Lip in the shade number 10 Dreamer. I don't need a lip liner for this because of how the applicator is shaped. It comes to a point so I can easily carve out my lips, and it dries quickly, so there's no bleeding either. I was realizing that this color was maybe a little bit too pink, so I decided to go in with a very, very, very small amount of concealer, and on my finger just dab the concealer on. That will soften up any color and even lighten it. So that is the last step here. And okay, so this is the finished look. It's very just blown out yellow, orange, pink, purple. Added a little bit of red, and then I just repeated the same process underneath my eyes. I love how this look turned out. Typically with a look like this, I would put on falsies, but I bought them. They're still in my car, and I was too lazy. Didn't feel like going out to my car. So this is the end result. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm sorry if you kept seeing me look like this way. My one light kept turning on and off and was blinking. It was weird. There's a ghost in my house. There's a ghost. But okay, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Please like this video, subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.